Hello everyone. Greetings of the day. Hope everyone is doing good. My name is Prerna Jain and I am from NSDL Inspection Department. I am going to speak about KYC requirements for account opening. I will be covering topics on account opening process, types of accounts, KYC documents, opening a clearing member account, power of attorney slash Demat Debit and Pledge Instruction nomination. Every depository participant operation starts with the process of account opening. Account opening stage is very crucial stage where you need to know your customers in order to protect financial institutions against fraud, corruption, money laundering, and terrorist financing. Account opening process broadly involves four stages. At stage 1, DP is required to obtain KYC form along with requisite documents from the investor. Once document is collected, DP is required to perform due diligence including but not limited to verification of documents and performing in-person verification. Then we can go on to next stage, stage 2, which involves updation of data on DPM. Once the data is updated and account is activated, then we can move on to stage 3, which involves providing confirmation to client by sending welcome letter, which involves client master report, rights and obligation document, DIS booklet if requested by client. At stage 4, DP is required to do CKYC and KRA only in case KRA and CKYC is not available. Let us discuss on different types of accounts, which is classified in beneficial owner account, which is further categorized as individual and non-individual account. Individual account is further categorized as resident, which includes many subtypes such as ordinary, stockbroker client, promoter, ordinary depository receipts account. Similarly, for non-individual account, which is further categorized such as body corporate, trust, etc. Body corporate includes subtypes such as domestic LLP, cooperative body, broker, stockbroker proprietary, and so on. Trust also includes many subtypes such as ESOP, employee stock purchase, retirement benefit scheme, and others. Another type of account is clearing member account, which is to be facilitate paying and payout of securities. For KYC application form, there is a prescribed format which every DP is required to follow. For format, DP is required to refer Form 9 as per NSDL Circular number 16 issued on February 3, 2023. Form 9 is specified for individual. For non-individual KYC application format, you are required to refer Form 11 as prescribed in business rules. Let us emphasize on stages in brief. It is mandatory for all participants to carry out in-person verification of their clients. The depository participant should establish the identity of the applicant by verifying the photograph affixed in the KYC application form as well as proof of identity documents submitted. In case of joint accounts, in-person verification needs to be carried out for all the holders of the account. Depository participants may use web camera for carrying out in-person verification for opening of depository accounts subject to compliance with other SEBI guidelines or circulars relating to opening of depository accounts, including verification of documents. After due verification, the depository participants shall ensure that the following details are recorded on the KYC application form at the time of in-person verification. Name of the person doing in-person verification, his designation, organization, his signature, and date. So basically, this detail should be recorded. The name of depository account holder should be compared with the name appearing on the website of the income tax department. In case the name does not match or the PAN is not present in the income tax database, depository participants should seek necessary clarification from the account holder and activate such accounts in the DPM system only after the discrepancy is resolved. After verifying the details of PAN, depository participants should affix a stamp as PAN verified on the photocopy of the PAN card. In cases where the minor mismatch in the name of client as is mentioned in the account opening form and the name displayed on the Income Tax Department website, participants can collect the PAN card proof as submitted by the account holder. However, this would be subject to the participants verifying the veracity of the claim of such clients by collecting sufficient documentary evidence in support of the identity of the investors. As discussed earlier, after completing documentation work, depository participants should enter the details of the client as mentioned in the KYC application form and account opening form in the DPM system. Participants can avail the facility of bulk verify and release with respect to opening of client accounts in the DPM system, wherein we will start capturing of PAN details. PAN of client should be captured in the DPM system. In case of joint accounts, PAN of each of the holders should be captured. PAN flag should be enabled in the DPM system. In case of HUF, partnership firm, unregistered private trust, although the account is opened in the name of HUF and not Karta, partner, trustee, PAN of HUF, partnership firm, unregistered trust, private trust should be captured in the DPM system after due verification. In case of capturing address in DPM system, you are required to ensure that two address, that is local and correspondence address, are captured. Depository participants may capture the landmark details in the DPM system, which are even though not mentioned in the proof of address submitted by the client, but are mentioned by client in the account opening form. The landmark details could include details like name of the building, mall, junction, etc., with the preceding words such as nearby, adjacent to, behind, next to, opposite to, of, etc. In case of NRI, foreign national, foreign entities have submitted only proof of address as foreign address. In such a situation, depository participants are advised to capture bank address details strictly in the manner such as in row 1, building, tower, or apartment should be included. In row 2, street, road, mark should be included. In row 3, area name should be included. And for row 4, city name, pin code, bank address pin code should be included. In case of HUF, partnership firm, unregistered or private trust, although the account is opened in the name of HUF, partner, trustee, etc., bank details of HUF, partnership firm, unregistered or private trust should be captured in the DPM system after due verification. In case of capturing signature of client, depository participants should capture the client signature as given in the KYC application form in the DPM system. For non-individuals, along with signature of authorized signatory, capture the mode of operation in the DPM system. In case of illiterate person or blind person, please keep in mind a remark should be put in the DPM system that the account holder is illiterate or disabled in case of illiterate and client is visually challenged in case of blind person. The standing instruction indicator in the DPM system would be in an enabled status with respect to all types of accounts except for accounts with subtype depository receipts at the time of opening depository accounts. For those clients who have not opted for standing instructions, the participant should disable the standing instruction indicator in the DPM system. The SMS flag of the account holder will automatically get enabled in the DPM system after the participant captures the mobile number of the respective account holders at the time of opening of depository accounts. If the client submits the mobile number but does not wish to opt for the SMS alert facility, the participant should capture the mobile number in the DPM system and disable the SMS flag either from the front end of the DPM system or through back office file import. Here we complete highlights on capturing of data on DPM system. In case client provides third-party address as correspondence address, then depository participant can accept it. The proof of address in the name of the spouse may be accepted. Depository participant should ensure that all prescribed KYC norms are fulfilled for third party also. Depository participants should further ensure that the statement of transactions and holding are sent to the client's permanent address at least once in a year. Further, tariff should provided to client should same as updated with NSDL database. Depository participants are not allowed to levy account opening charges. In case of BSDA, that is Basic Service Demat Account, depository participants can charge AMC as follows. For debt securities up to rupees 1 lakh, no AMC is required. For rupees 1 lakh 1 to rupees 2 lakh, maximum rupees 100 may be levied. For other than debt securities up to rupees 50,000, no AMC, and from rupees 50,001 to rupees 2 lakh, maximum rupees 100 may be levied. Further, as per recent amendment, depository participants are required to ensure that 6 KYC attributes need to be updated because it is a mandatory field. 6 KYC attributes includes name, address, PAN, valid mobile number, valid email ID, and income range. Further, one more additional requirement has been introduced, which is mode of operation. All the Demat account holders having joint accounts may opt for any one of the modes of operation of the account, either jointly or any one of the holder or survivor. All the holders of a client account needs to submit a specific signed instruction for transactions such as transfer of securities, including interdepository transfer, pledge, hypothecation, margin pledge, margin repledge, freeze, unfreeze account, and slash or the I sign and slash or specific number of securities. Now, let us focus on online account opening. Due to constant technology evolution has taken place in the market and innovative platforms are created to allow investors to complete KYC process online. There are three ways of doing online KYC: fetching data through DigiLocker or through data Aadhaar based or through KRA. Following process to be followed for online KYC. Investor should fill up the online KYC form and submit requisite documents online. OVD or PAN or signed cancel check shall be provided as a photo or scan of the original under e-sign, and the same shall be verified as under. Mobile and email ID should be verified through OTP. Aadhaar should be verified through UIDAI. PAN should be verified through UIDAI, and bank account details should be verified by penny drop mechanism. Once all the information as required as per the online KYC form is filled up by the investor, KYC process should be completed after either taking a printout of the KYC and affixing a wet signature, or else affixing the crop signature on the field KYC online and submit the same under e-sign. Please ensure that the geotagging with the investor's physical location should be captured, live photo should be captured, video in-person verification should be done. Now, let us focus on the documents required for account opening. For proof of identity and proof of address, any of the below officially valid document can be obtained: passport, driving license, proof of possession of Aadhaar number, voter's identity card issued by Election Commission of India, job card issued by NREGA, duly signed by an officer of the state government, letter issued by the National Population Register containing details of name, address, or any other document as notified by the central government in consultation with the regulator. For proof of address, in case OVD document does not contain updated address, then it shall be considered as deemed OVD for the limited purpose. After that, client is required to update OVD with updated address with the depository participant. In case of bank details, any one or more of the below documents can be collected: photocopy of check or cancelled check, copy of bank statement or passbook not more than 3 months old, letter from bank. Those documents should contain bank name, branch address, IFSC, MICR code, account number, type of account, and name of the holder. All the documents should be self-attested and verified with original stamp should be affixed on those documents. If any of the document is in foreign language, then translation into English is required. Now, let us understand the document requirement for different categories of clients. In case of minor account, should be opened in the name of minor and should be operated through guardian. Two KYC application forms are required. one for the guardian and another for the minor to be signed by guardian. For proof of date of birth, photocopy of the school leaving certificate, mark sheet issued by higher secondary board or passport of minor or birth certificate should be obtained. PAN of the minor should be recorded in the system. In-person verification of guardian should be done. Account opened in the name of minor should not have joint holder or nomination. Once the minor attains majority, depository participant should suspend the account, remove standing instruction, and send a 1-month notice to client to update KYC. Depository participant is not required to open a new account. Same account can be continued. Obtain fresh account opening form and KYC form from client. Provide rights and obligations document and obtain acknowledgement. Signature of the client, that is minor turned major, should be recorded in system in place of signature of guardian. Make other changes in the system as per the latest information and allow transactions in the account. In case account opened by illiterate or visually challenged persons, depository participants are advised to follow the procedure, which includes DP to read out and explain to the client the contents of the KYC application form and account opening form whenever so requested by the clients. Illiterate person at the time of opening an account with a participant must affix the thumb impression. Please ensure left hand thumb impression in case of a male and right hand thumb in case of a female on KYC application form and account opening form. The client must come in person to open the account and submit the instruction forms and affix his or her thumb impression in the presence of the official of the participant. The official of the depository participant should then put his signature and remarks, details explained to the client on the account opening form and delivery instruction form. In case client is temporarily or permanently disabled, due to which he or she cannot come in person to submit the instruction form, the thumb impression of the client on the instruction forms must be attested by a magistrate or a notary public or a special executive magistrate or a similar authority holding a public office and authorized to use the seal of his office or a manager of the account holder's bank. The client should also produce a medical certificate about his or her disability. The instruction forms issued to such clients should be pre-stamped as thumb impression on the account opening form. In case of NRI and foreign national, while opening an account of an NRI client, the depository participant should obtain copy of the RBI approval letter, if any, for acquiring securities along with the account opening form and other necessary documents. Participants are required to ensure that all transactions in the account are in compliance with FEMA regulations. Accordingly, participants are advised to obtain from the NRI or foreign national necessary documents evidencing general or specific approvals as may be required under FEMA regulations. In case of corporate account, depository participants are required to obtain documents such as copy of the PAN card of the corporate to be obtained, copy of MOA, AOA, and certificate of incorporation to be obtained, board resolution for investment in securities market, along with list of authorized signatories, their specimen signature and photograph to be obtained, balance sheet for last 2 years to be obtained, photograph, proof of identity, proof of address, PAN, and dean of whole-time directors or 2 directors in charge of day-to-day operations, and individual promoters holding control either directly or indirectly to be obtained. Latest shareholding pattern, including list of all those holding control either directly or indirectly in terms of SEBI takeover regulations certified by the CS or whole-time director or MD to be obtained. Authorized signatories list, specimen signatures and photographs should be collected. In case of partnership firm, documents to be obtained are: first and foremost thing to be kept in mind is account to be opened in the name of partner and not in the name of firm. PAN of partnership firm to be recorded in system. Copy of balance sheets for the last 2 years to be obtained. copy of partnership deed to be obtained, certificate of registration only if partnership firm is registered, authorized signatories list with specimen signatures, photograph, proof of identity and PAN of partners, and conduct their in-person verification. Obtain an undertaking in prescribed form from the partners to the effect that the partners would comply with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and other applicable statutes in respect of securities of the partnership firm held in the account opened in the name of partners. In case of LLP, depository participant can open the depository account in the name of LLP client under the type body corporate and subtype limited liability partnership. Documents to be obtained are copy of PAN of LLP to be recorded in system, copy of balance sheets for last 2 years, copy of partnership deed to be obtained, copy of certificate of registration to be obtained, copy of authorized signatories list with specimen signatures to be obtained, photograph, proof of identity, proof of address and PAN of partners and conduct their in-person verification. Resolution or authority letter for investment in securities market is required. In case of HUF, depository participants are required to open account in the name of HUF. However, Karta name can be captured in Karta name field. Documents to be obtained are PAN of HUF, deed of declaration of HUF or list of co-partners, bank passbook or bank statement in the name of HUF, photograph, proof of identity, proof of address, and PAN of Karta, and in-person verification of Karta to be done. Account should not have joint holder. Wife of Karta cannot be a co-partner. In case of HUF account, if death of Karta takes place, then the name of the deceased Karta in the BO account shall be replaced by the new Karta of the HUF, who in such a case shall be eldest co-partner in the HUF or a co-partner who is appointed as Karta by an agreement reached amongst all the co-partners of the HUF. Documents required for the opening of depository accounts in case of registered trust or public trust or unregistered or private trust and trust established by organizations for providing terminal benefits to its employee are copy of the balance sheets for the last 2 financial years, certificate of registration in case trust is registered, copy of trust deed, list of trustees certified by managing trustee or CA, photograph, proof of identity, proof of address, PAN of trustees. In case of registered trust where a registration certificate is issued by a statutory authority under the provisions of the Bombay Public Trust Act 1950 or the Indian Societies Registration Act 1860, in addition to the above documents, depository participants are required to open the account under the category and in the name of trust. Obtain certified copy of the resolution passed by the Board of Trustees giving the names of trustees authorized by the Board of Trustees to open and operate the depository account. In case of unregistered trust, if the trustee are individuals, then open the depository account in the individual name under the category individual. In case the trustee of the unregistered trust are corporations, companies or entities registered under the Bombay Public Trust Act or the Indian Societies Registration Act, then open the account in their respective names. Only those securities that belong to the trust can be held in such a depository account. Securities belonging to the trustee in the individual capacities will have to be held in separate depository account of such person. For opening a clearing member account, documents required are KYC form, account opening form, clearing corporation, clearing member ID, allotment letter, SEBI registration certificate, bank particulars and supportings, rights and obligation document. NSDL allots clearing member BPID upon receipt of request from DP along with documents and informs DP. DP opens account based on clearing member BPID. Clearing member cannot open more than one account per stock exchange. Shifting of account is allowed. Clearing member should open a separate beneficiary owner account for own investments. POA is executed by client to authorize the broker to operate client's Demat account and bank account to facilitate the delivery of shares and paying payout of funds. However, in order to ease process, POA has been replaced with DDPI for four purposes. Transfer of securities held in the BO account of the client towards stock exchange related deliveries or settlement obligations arising out of trades executed by the client on the stock exchange through the same stockbroker. Pledging, repledging of securities in favor of trading member, clearing member for the purpose of meeting margin required for the client in connection with the trades executed by the client on the stock exchanges through the same stockbroker. Mutual fund transactions being executed on stock exchange order entry platform, tendering shares in open offers through stock exchange platforms. DDPI may be signed physically or e-sign can be obtained. In case clients opt to revoke or cancel the DDPI, then DP is required to obtain client consent and verify whether same has been updated in system. POA should not restrict the client's right to operate his account. Providing mobile number for SMS alert facility is mandatory if client gives POA. POA holder cannot open the account on behalf of account holder, and POA should not be obtained in the capacity of participant. In case of nomination can be made only by individuals holding beneficiary owner account either singly or jointly. In minor account, there cannot be a nomination. Nomination or opt out of nomination should be taken as per the prescribed format given in NSDL's circular number 16 issued on 3rd February 2023. There can be only 3 nominees in a Demat account. NSDL has enabled online nomination link for updating the nomination details in client accounts. Thank you for sparing your valuable time on this important topic. In case of any queries or clarification, please reach out to us on participant-interface@nsdl.co.in. I believe that you find this session informative and useful. Thank you.